Ah, yes, another video. Yet another video. Absolutely dogging on Concord and what a failure of a video game that Sony and Firewalk decided to pull out of their ass. In this video, I'm going to be relentlessly shitting on the title known as Concord that has been in development for 8 years before, it was eventually shut down not 2 weeks after its launch because no one fucking played it and no one bought it. So, we are going to be going over 5 main points that I want to be bringing up just fairly decently quickly. Hopefully that the video doesn't turn out to be 30 minutes long on why Concord, again, absolute fucking failure, and why Sony, and realistically enough, and I find this very funny, Sony blew $100 million, and people are now making comparisons that they made the PS Pro $700 so they could recoup that loss. And if that is anywhere near true in what Sony is attempting to do, that would be funny. And I'm hoping every future live service game that they release also fails to the extent of Concord. Because live service games, if not done correctly, like Concord, are garbage. Like the high price point that Concord asked for. The $40 price point in a market where all other competitors are free to play is absolutely staggering. They wanted to charge you money for something when you could just play every single other competitor's game for free. The extent to Overwatch 2 is that you need a phone number, and yet they still excelled at player numbers. I think their first month was like 20 million. You need a phone number to log in, and yet they still had more players in probably the first 10 seconds of its launch than Concord had in its life cycle, and its life cycle was like 11 days. Like, it's been more time since they shut the game down than they've actually had the game running. And I think that's insane because I'm pretty sure, like, it's the 14th as of recording this video. So for them to, like, literally, they shut it down on the 6th. So it's been 8 days. Granted, maybe a 3-day difference because they had the game running for 11 days. But oh my god, Sony, colossal failure on your part, and for charging $40 out of your fucking minds. I hope whoever decided to do that is fired, because that is like the number one reason why no one even bothered to look at the game, because the second they decided to charge for it, like even they probably looked at Helldivers 2 and saw, wow, what a successful and non-generic and completely new game that no one has really played before. Let's take a very generic and very oversaturated market game like fucking Concord and let's charge the same price for it when we have a game that is not oversaturated in the market, that is completely new compared to anything else, and where we charge double a price. Let's just fuck people. And that gets on to the next conversation. The market oversaturation, of course, like I've just mentioned. Overwatch 2, you have Marvel Rivals, you have so many others like Valorant, you have Rogue Company, so many other free-to-play and better, like, hero shooters that aren't Concord. And it's really disappointing because this one's exclusive as well. So you're immediately limiting yourself to PC and PS5. Granted, I'm not saying they need to release it on Xbox, but you are limiting yourself to every single other game that's on all platforms, which again is disappointing. So you've not only charging for it, but you're also cutting down your own player base. I'm not saying that they should have released it on Xbox. I'm saying it probably would have done a lot better if released on Xbox as well. They probably would have sold another 5,000 copies, which is probably about a sixth of what they sold in general. So good job, Concord. Another thing I want to talk about, a lack of being different from everyone else. Like, literally, they brought nothing new to the table. Like, if you can think of one unique feature that Concord offered compared to any other, like, hero shooter, I want you to let me know in the comments below. I genuinely want you to. Because if you can name one, respectfully, like, awesome. That's actually respectfully, I'll accept that. But I highly doubt, I give it like a 99% chance there's nothing that Concord did that was completely new. And it's unbelievably disappointing that they took 8 years, bro. This shit took 8 years! And they couldn't think of its own unique gameplay, of its own unique game mode. Like, all they could think about is, and I don't really want to, like, no, all they could really think about is the shittiest character design I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I was watching a video a few days ago, it was really funny, of this person critiquing each character design and how it doesn't, like, no one wants to play as that. When you're playing as a hero in a hero shooter, you want to look badass. None of the characters, and I mean none of the characters, looked cool to play as. And that even went into its poor marketing as well. You're showing off all these characters and all their skins that you can buy and pre-order. Who cares? The only guy that really got my attention was Lennox, and that's because he was literally Peter Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy. He was Star-Lord. That's literally what it was. The inspiration was Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, and you can fight me on that, okay? Unbelievably disappointing. And even going from like, oh, we're gonna do weekly, weekly cutscenes, and their idea of live service was garbage in the first place. They were deciding to charge you for the game and then charge you for microtransactions like cosmetics. Fair enough, but if you're gonna charge for cosmetics, you might as well just go free to play. And again, the microtransactions were like, they're there in a live service game, of course, but that was also another issue. Why are you charging for microtransactions if you're going to be charging for the game? I mean, like, I get even Helldivers 2, for example, has stratagems, but you can completely earn those for free. It does take a lot of time, but you can earn them for free. To my understanding, I mean, it's not even to my understanding, I don't think anyone knew this. I don't think you could unlock all the cosmetics for free in Concord, which I don't think anyone fucking did, because again, no one played the fucking game. I think they had about 25,000 copies sold between over, like, it's so disappointing. Between a market, a player cap, they probably had 50 to 60 million possible players, and they got 25,000. How disappointing. And honestly, I feel bad for the developers at Firewalk. Unbelievably disappointing. I do genuinely feel bad. It's sad. I hope whoever decided to make this game at Sony itself, whoever decided to get Firewalk to turn a game that probably could have been a fun single-player Guardians of the Galaxy-esque game into a hero shooter, I hope they're fired. This $100 million like dump they spent is probably going to cause layoffs. Firewalk will probably be shut down within the next few months or weeks, and it's disappointing. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.